皆さんこんにちは. Today we're looking at how to use the superlative the most in Japanese. In fact, you have actually seen this before in Year 8, but let's do a quick refresh of your memory. Remember that in Year 8 when we talk about your favorite subject, we asked the question, 一番好きな科目は何ですか? Now this is actually a demonstration of how to use superlative in Japanese, how to say the most. Now let's break down the actual question. 一番好きな科目は何ですか? So 一番 is the key word for this for today's presentation. It is the superlative, which means the most. And by attaching an adjective after 一番, you can change any adjective into its superlative form. So therefore, like is just like, and its superlative form is the favorite. Okay, something you like the most. So 一番好きな, okay, is the thing you like the most, something you like the most. Now, in Japanese, we put the noun after the adjective, which is kamoku in this case. Of course, this can change into... Okay, let's have a look at the following words. 一番かわいい, 一番厳しい, 一番難しい, 一番楽しい, 一番有名な, 一番好きな, and 一番きれいな. Now these are obvious use of 一番 with adjective, which are e adjective and na adjective. But later we're going to find out that in fact you can expand the usage of 一番 to other words that is not necessarily an adjective in English. Okay. Now before we get started, let's write down the kanji for 一番. Now 一 is pretty straightforward, but 番 is the difficult one. Okay, now 番, you will recognize that at the bottom there is the rice field, isn't it? Now at the top, how you're going to remember how to write it is you're going to do a slanted hat from right to the bottom, and then we are going to do almost like a hash key. Sorry, not a hash key, an asterisk, except we're going to do the cross first. So do a number 10. So almost like writing 1,000, okay, sen kanji, okay? And then in the four quadrant that's divided by the cross, we are going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 dashes into 4 different directions. And then after that, you do the rice field kanji. Okay, so please write it down is 一番. Now this ban is the same ban in 電話番号. Okay, 番号, number. And ban literally means number or ranking. So 一番 therefore is the first number or rank number 1, and therefore it is the most. Okay, now if you finish copying down the kanji in your exercise book, then you are ready to move on to our actual grammar structure. Now the grammar structure we're talking about today is asking which is the most out of or amongst a particular category. Now please write down the copy down the table as it is. There are two ways of asking. Okay, if you're simply asking, hey, which is the most something out of a category, you simply go category no naka de. Now the kanji that looks like ju in jugakko, it is also pronounced naka in this case. And naka literally means inside. So inside this category, which one? Dore ga. Okay, the blue is dore, which means which one. Dore ga ichiban something something desu ka? So you can ask out of amongst the category of kamoku, which one is the most interesting? Kamoku no naka de dore ga ichiban omoshiroi desu ka? But sometimes when you're not given an entire category to compare, but rather you were given more than 2 options, okay? Then you have to list the options by saying A to B to C no naka de. So out of, inside these 3 options, dore ga ichiban something something desu ka? Now, dore is a very versatile word when you're comparing amongst a category of things, because it literally means which one out of the many. However, though, dore cannot always be used if you're talking about people or places. If you're talking about people, you have to swap dore for dare, which is who, and doko for where. So please make sure you also write down the question words that's in blue on the slide to include in your note. So imagine someone give you the option of, let's say, different sports. バスケットボールとサッカーと水泳の中でどれが一番楽しいですか? If someone asks you that question, how can you reply saying, I reckon swimming is the most fun? Okay, how do you say swimming is the most fun? That's right. You take pretty much the shape, the format of the question, replace the question word with your choice by saying 水泳が一番楽しいです. Okay, so let's see whether you need to write. Actually, let's not worry about writing down answers. But this time, I want you to have a look at the picture and using the Japanese keyword above, write down the question you will need to say in Japanese to ask out of math, history, and music. Which one is the most yasashi? The easiest. So translate that into your exercise book. You may pause the video to earn some time. Once you've written down the translation, please keep going to the next translation. And at the end, at the very end of the video, we are going to reveal the answers so you can check your translations are correct. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Translate. Out of surfing, wakeboarding, and kayaking, which one is the most fun? Surfing, wakeboard, kayak. Okay, now you don't have to write wakeboard or kayaking in katakana. You can just write live in English. However, surfing, you want to have a go in katakana. Okay, now if you have finished writing the question, please move on to the next one. All right, now how about these people? Who is the most interesting? Okay, remember you have to swap the question word for who. So Kevin Hart, Ali Wong, and John Mulaney. Leave their name in English, please. Out of these three, who is the most interesting or funny? Okay, you're ready to move on if you finished. Otherwise, pause the video. All right, now we don't have an adjective here, but rather we have a verb that is tabetai desu. Tabetai, you want to eat it. Now, in fact, ichiban, the superlative in Japanese, is so versatile, you can use it with verbs. Okay, which one do you eat the most, or which one do you want to eat the most? Is it the wasabi ice, or matcha ice, or even bacon ice? Out of these three, which one do you want to eat the most? Okay, now hopefully you now have 4 lines of Japanese questions asking people which one or who is the most blah 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 blah. I'm going to reveal the answers very quickly, very shortly, so please pause the video if you need a bit more time. Otherwise, move on to the very last slide to find out whether you've got it right. Okay, 1. 数学と歴史と音楽の中でどれが一番優しいですか? Number 2. Now I wrote everything katakana, but you don't have to. サーフィンとウェイクボードとカヤックの中でどれが一番楽しいですか? 3. ケビン・ハートとアリ・ウォンとジョン・ムレーニーの中で誰が一番面白いですか? Okay, pay attention to how dore is being swapped for dare because we're talking about people now. Lastly, number 4. 4. わさびアイスと抹茶アイスとベーコンアイスの中でどれが一番食べたいですか? So how did you fare? Okay, now please make sure that you take down all the notes as necessary from the video. Otherwise, you are ready to move on to the next step. はい、じゃあさようなら。